What do you know? Greenville makes another top 10 list, and this time it's the National Association of Realtors saying that they expect the Greenville-Anderson market to be hot in 2025. Now, if you're considering moving here, or you're a resident but prospective homeowner, or a potential seller here in Greenville, then this video is for each and every one of you. Before we get going, I'd like to make my 2025 prediction based upon this. So statistically, in the year following an election, the market picks up. Now, what astonished me with this year was typically there's a seasonal slowdown in business around the holidays. And if anything, my November and December, and we'll even include October, have looked like my June, July, and August. So for that, I owe a big thank you to those of you who are watching this and the ones that I've had the opportunity to work with. But with that in mind alone, I'd like to predict a hot year for upstate real estate in 2025, kind of what the NAR is saying. So we've got the National Association of Realtors and Mr. Lawrence Yun saying essentially it's going to be a good year for Greenville real estate. And here's why. So important factors common among the top performing markets in 2025 include available inventory at affordable price points, a better chance of unlocking low mortgage rates. So what that means is the people who are sitting on a 2.5% interest rate or a 3% interest rate, and they're like, my home doesn't really fit me anymore. But I love my payment and it'd be silly for me to give it up. Those people are starting to outgrow their house. They're starting to realize that, hey, interest rates where they are going to be the new normal, and just have had time to understand that it is what it is. And if I want to move forward in my life or with my house, this is something that we got to do. So that is going to unlock those low mortgage rates. We've got higher income growth for young adults and a net migration into specific metro areas. So that right there is you guys in different cities, different states looking to move to Greenville, South Carolina. And if you are, I can't wait to have the opportunity to work with you, because that is my bread and butter, is helping people relocate from different areas to Greenville. Now, Lawrence Yun, who is he? He is the chief economist for the National Association of Realtors. What he has to say, a lot of the information that I'm pulling from this article is all from the NAR. Why am I telling you this? Well, because back in high school, I had some teachers say, hey, Reed, that's plagiarism. But I do want to give you this information because I think it's a valuable indicator for what you can expect in Greenville in 2025. So the NAR expects the Federal Reserve to maintain a gradual approach to easing monetary policy in 2025. While concerns about federal deficits and rising public debt may cap the extent of those rate cuts, borrowing costs are expected to stabilize overall. Now, offering some relief to prospective buyers, the NAR forecasts that mortgage rates will stabilize near 6% in 2025, likely establishing that new normal. Again, that's what we just said. Hey, I understand that rates were kind of artificially low there for a while. This is where they've been. This is where they're going, but gonna hover around that 6% mark is what we're expected to see. I do want to point out that historically speaking, this is very normal and quite honestly a good interest rate in my opinion. At this rate, more buyers are expected to come back into the market, boosting activity, and the association projects about 4.5 million existing home sales for 2025. The National Association of Realtors also predicts that home prices will continue to increase in 2025, but at a slower pace compared to previous years. So with increases likely to be around 2%, reaching about a 410 median existing sales price. $410,000. So as buyers and sellers, this is honestly what we want. Normal appreciation is good. Now, if you're a home buyer and you're saying, I don't want these homes to keep going up in value, they're already expensive enough. Let's talk this through. So part of the beauty of home ownership is the forced appreciation through owning that home and making your monthly payment. With the market gradually increasing, isn't that part of why you're buying that property? So it can also be used not only as a residence, but as an investment. You know, those people who bought their homes about 50 years ago for who knows, $50,000, who are now selling them for $1 million. It's the beauty of owning a home. And I hope that you're in that position one day too. So if we can make that happen, then I look forward to it. But A couple other things that's going to make the Greenville-Anderson area a hot spot in 2025 is the national housing shortage. It still remains. Inventory levels are gradually improving and poised to increase further in 2025. The reason that we see that is, again, unlocking those mortgage rates. If you're a homeowner, it doesn't mean unlocking that your rate is going to change. It just means that people are going to break up with those rates and move on to their next house. We're also seeing kind of month supply of inventory in our market increase, which as a buyer is a good thing, meaning that we're coming closer to a more neutral market. We also have a lot of builders here in town building new construction homes, homes that they've been working on for a while, and now they've had the ability to provide that inventory. We've got more builders coming into town who say, hey, I believe in Greenville. This is a place that I want to build a product and put families into homes. So that is also going to help our inventory and already has helped our inventory. Now, I thought this from Lawrence Yun was interesting. He says that home buyers will have more success next year. I'm kind of up in the air on that. My personal belief is that if it's going to be a hot market here in Greenville, what does that mean for you as a buyer? It means more competition. There's going to be more transactions. There's going to be more people looking to move here. So I think that if it's going to be a hot market for 2025, which I truly do believe, then we're going to see more multiple offer situations. Now, hopefully we do, yes, see more new home inventory. What I'll tell you about the new home inventory is if you're considering Greenville proper, right? Downtown Greenville, call it a 5-mile radius of our downtown Main Street. There's not really any land left to build there. So what these builders are doing is they're picking areas like Simpsonville, Fountain Inn, Lawrence, Greer, Boiling Springs, Spartanburg. That's where a lot of these homes are going. So here's the trend that I've noticed is that people, if they're coming in from out of state, they're saying, yeah, okay, I'm good with these areas. I'm happy to go there. But if you're a current local resident, a lot of times they're like, no, this is the area that I know, this is where I've always been. This is exactly where I want to be and stay. So kind of the area of focus for different buyer pools is going to vary based upon where you're from and what meets your needs. But Lawrence Yun saying that buyers are going to have more success, my brain with that initially goes to, oh, okay, we're going to get it under asking price and we're going to get all of closing costs covered. I'm not so sure that that's the case. Now, what he does continue to say is that the worst of affordability challenges are over as more inventory and stable mortgage rates, continued job and income growth pave the way for Americans to achieve ownership. Okay, I can get behind that. Now, if you've made it this far, comment below what you think. Is this something that you're excited about? Are you currently living elsewhere and considering moving to Greenville, South Carolina? If so, let me know. I'd love to know where you are today, and I'd love to connect with you. Make sure that you use the contact information provided below on the screen, and I look forward to working with you on your relocation to Greenville, South Carolina. As always, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe to stay up to date with all of our weekly updates so you never miss a beat, and we'll see you soon.